This is Aqyila, and you're watching The Hip Hop Guru.
Welcome back to another episode of The Sit Down. I am here with a very, very special guest.
Hi, it's Aqyila. I don't know what else to say.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
It's good.
Okay, let's talk about the first, I think, big news of the year, your Juno. What was that moment like for you? Can we talk about,
of course,
hearing your name?
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was surreal. I can't lie. I kind of froze there for a second.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize, like, oh my God, like I actually won. Like I was just on the stage just singing a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
And then 2 categories later, they called my name. My brother and my cousin were like, oh my God.
So you were surprised?
Yeah, I was genuinely surprised.
Really?
Yeah. Because you never know with these things, right? So
that's fair.
It felt really nice to,
That been something that you've been like looking for, or like has that been a career goal for you? For
it was on my bucket list, yeah. So at least to like walk away with an award, it felt great. It felt very, what's the word? I felt very like, what's the word? Damn, the words escaped my mind.
Excited?
Yeah, well, yeah, but like, no. A lot of gratitude. Yeah, okay, right? Because it's just been like the journey, even though it started in like 2020 with the Bob song and stuff like that. Like I've been singing on the internet for so many years prior to that and songwriting prior to that. So it's really cool to see my growth. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, let's talk about that. You started kind of writing poems that would eventually turn into lyrics. And now you have multiple viral songs. Juno, how has that been, like, going from kind of in your room creating music to now being on a national and international stage?
It's very cool. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. Honestly, like I'm so used obviously to just being in my room and songwriting, but to be able to now collaborate with other producers, songwriters, creatives, even when it comes to like photo shoots and video shoots, like all of that is it's so much work. Like I don't think all people realize how much work goes into it. It's like a lot. There's a whole team behind me, but it is really cool to be able to be like, this is what my life is now, and I get to travel basically and go to different countries and different cities and explore and meet new people. So it's very, very much cooler than what I was doing in my bedroom. Like I will say that.
I love that for you. Was there ever like a backup plan? Were you ever thinking, okay, if this doesn't work out, I want to pursue this instead?
It's funny because I wasn't like intentionally pursuing singing even from the beginning. It was kind of just like a hobby. When I had graduated high school, I went and I did child and youth care at Humber for like a year and some time. And then when they had that strike, I had to clock out. I was like, I was falling behind, and I was like, I can't do this, and I didn't really feel as passionate about it anymore. So, I was thinking about being like an automotive technician, but because I was into cars at that time as well. But I don't remember anything now, girl. Like I cannot help you if your car.
I was supposed to be like, so like, what should I get?
If your brake pad's not working, you can't turn to me. I used to know what to do, but maybe I think it's a good skill just to have anyway, because I used to know how to like change a tire, change a brake pad system, and change the oil, things that we get upcharged for.
No, I'm like, that's impressive, because I feel like there's a stereotype that like women don't know anything about cars. So I love the fact that you're like, I can change my own oil. I could, that's an interesting fact. What car do you have now?
Oh, girl, no, I don't drive. Hold on. Okay, I don't drive. Let me just clarify.
Okay.
But, there was a goal. There was a goal in mind.
I see. You had the vision.
I had a vision. I just didn't execute it. But it's okay.
I mean, you've done many other amazing other things.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
If you could have a dream car, like what?
Ooh.
What would it be?
I think I wrote this down before. I don't know. I'm so boring though, because I'm like, I just want a white car that has Bluetooth features and a sunroof. Like, I'm really not that picky. I don't know. I used to say a Tesla.
Okay.
Yeah, but then people were talking about the self-driving thing, and I was like, okay, well, don't scare me.
Yeah.
You know,
videos
but,
are a little, yeah,
but I think a Tesla would be cool.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so pivoting back to the music, your recent single that just came out, Most Wanted, I've been having it on repeat. It's so catchy. What was the inspiration for that?
Thank you. Honestly, it just kind of like bloomed on its own.
Okay.
Like, we were just in the session.
Yeah.
The guitarist Rex was just doing a bit of a progression on the guitar. And then after that, he put it down. Casey, who was the producer, started building around that. And after a while, we're like, I'm like, this would be kind of cool if it was like more island leading, especially because we were all Caribbean. Like, Casey's Trini and Rex is from the Bahamas. So it was really nice. Yeah. Oh, no, he's Bajan.
Okay.
He's Bajan. Yeah. So it was really dope.
Yeah.
Really dope.
Has that been the first time that you've had like all Caribbean collaborators?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't think of another session that was like that. So this was really cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm Jamaican. Like, this is dope.
Yeah.
Like, let's just, lean into this and see what comes about. But yeah, I'm gonna be seeing them again this September. So
Okay, so
I'm
could
excited.
we like do you think a follow-up is coming? Do you think that's,
maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe, depending on what we do.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
yeah, because I feel like that vibe, it suits your voice so well.
Thank you.
And like I
think so
totally
too.
love that.
I loved it. I felt like a sexy Rihanna,
Yeah.
Yeah. I gave that vibe.
Okay. And so you participated in Caribana for the first time this year. How was that?
It was great.
Yeah.
It was a lot of walking, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was so glad that Tribal, you know what I mean, like allowed me to take part, because like that is such like an important like event, and it is so. I don't know, like it was so much work. Like when I got to see behind the scenes and I'm actually at the Tribal space and I'm seeing that they're like putting together like the pieces and all the jewelry, all the wiring, like they do so much. They do so much. And so I was really inspired and really impressed with C's like work and what she's done so far with
like
the company.
A whole year in the making before we even like see any.
Yeah, I loved it though, and I had so much fun like dancing and getting like put onto like new music. So I have a whole bunch of new like soca songs now that I know.
Okay, do you listen to soca?
No,
or not
as
really?
often. Like I'm more of a dance hall girly. I can't lie,
fair.
but soca music is a vibe.
I mean, vibes is out.
Yes, he is out. He is out, girl. I've seen some questionable videos, but we know.
Me too. But are you looking forward to like hearing some new music from
I
him?
am, because I did listen to his last project while he was like, so it was good. I was like, okay, it's a vibe. So yeah, I'm glad,
Is there any like future collaboration that you could see with?
I would love to do a collab. You mean in like in the dance hall?
Yeah.
I would love to do a song with Shenseea. Like I was a huge like Shang Yang fan. Still listen to her stuff. So I think it'd be really dope if me and her did a song. So we'll see. She's definitely like bending like genres nowadays as well. But like I would love to just do like a dance hall like track. I think that'd be dope.
That would be sick. What about like local artists, like Toronto artists? Is there anyone that you're like really wanting to collaborate with?
Honestly, right now I've been tapping into like Ryan Douglas's music. He has a beautiful voice.
And he's really young too.
Is he really?
Yeah,
I met him, but he looked like my age. So I don't know.
No, I think he's like 19. Like so
he's like my brother's age.
Yeah.
Like my brother's 20. So that's around that age group. Oh, that's so cute.
That's a lot of depth to his voice.
He does. Yeah, his voice is like very like a rich tone in it, and I really appreciate that, and the writing too. Yeah. So I would say Ryan.
Okay, nice. Has there been anyone that's reached out to you to collaborate with, or even just like to congratulate you on your success that you were shocked by?
Well, actually, I have two collaborations under my belt right now. One with Shae Universe. Okay. So that one's supposed to be coming out soon. I'm really excited. And I'm very proud of her just in general. Yeah. She is a phenomenal R&B artist from the UK. She's so talented. And she just did a Tiny Desk. So y'all should check it out. But I'm going to be on her project. So I can't wait for that feature to come out. I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
Very exciting. Did you have to go over there to...
No. She sent me the stuff and then I cut it in Toronto. So nice.
Okay. And who else?
Johnny Drille.
Okay.
But that one is not done, like confirmed yet.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they pretty much want to use the song. So I'm excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Can we get like context of what the songs are about?
Oh,
or like
one of them. Oh, okay. So one of them is just a feature. It's like a deluxe for the Shae one.
okay.
So it's like a deluxe of one of the songs,
Okay.
just like featuring on it. And then the Johnny Drille one is one that wasn't released, so he added me on. Basically, he came down to the studio at the Sony office, and he was playing me some songs that he didn't have like second verses to. So I was like, oh, dope. Like, yeah, I want to write something to this one. He played me a couple, and I was like, I like the vibe of this one. It's very like sexy. I could hear a woman's voice on it. And he was like, okay, and yeah,
You just did your thing.
did my thing, you know.
You loved it.
Yeah, he loved it.
Is that something that you want to pursue further, like writing for
Yeah.
other artists?
I realized how much fun it is to feature, and like I am like also selective of like what I would sing on too, but
Fair.
like just being able to express myself on like another song, and it's like
Yeah.
I don't have to stress too much about like, oh my god, like how am I gonna promote this? Like it's just fun to just be able to just sing a little bit
Yeah.
on somebody else's stuff and be in their world. So yeah, it's something I would definitely pursue.
I was watching this interview that you did, and you were saying how you don't necessarily listen back to your music on Spotify. I actually relate to this. I write, and like as soon as something's published, I never go back. I'm like, it's done. It's in the universe.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. So do you see that changing or no?
It's so funny that you brought this up, because actually last night me and my cousin did a whole like listening party of my whole discography, just to like see how far I've come, and we're like, wow, like you can hear the growth in your music, and I was like, you can. So that was the only time recently I listened to my stuff.
But never.
I don't know what it is. Like sometimes I will cringe at my own voice, and I'm like, it's not a bad song, because I listen to it again, and I'm like, oh, it's not bad, and I know it's not bad because when I'm singing it live, I'm loving it. It's just I don't know what it is when I hear it back. I'm like, oh, like.
Do you feel like it kind of like takes you back to that place when you were originally writing it?
Yeah. And even when I'm like cutting the song too, I'm always remembering like, oh, where I was when I was singing it, how many takes I had to do. Like those are the things that are coming up.
Fair.
Yeah.
And I feel like you've kind of like built a reputation for being pretty vulnerable in your music.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you feel like might be off limits, or do you feel like you like the release of kind of just getting it all out?
I think I'm always somebody that shares what I'm comfortable with sharing. Like, there's never anything I'm saying in my songs that I'm like, oh, I don't want people to know or bring it up. Like, if I'm sharing it, then, I'm okay with it. But I do obviously, like, we have a private life, and
exactly.
Yeah, what's private is private. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just sharing stuff that's relatable.
Yeah. And I think that's a huge reason why people are able to connect with you, because I feel like you're talking about a lot of universal experiences that sometimes we don't always share, or like sometimes people might be dealing with it internally. So yeah, I know people are very appreciative of that. So I guess to pivot onto that, I know you're very public, or like you have a very like built up TikTok profile. And I would say I feel like TikTok compared to Instagram, even though they're both social media platforms, I think that TikTok kind of taps into a vulnerability that not a lot of other platforms do. How has that been? TikTok's one of those ones where you don't have to think about it too much. And I think that's why I loved it. Like when I joined the platform, I was just posting like what I felt, and at the time it was just like covers, but I wasn't thinking like, oh, I gotta post at 4 p.m. and then post at 8 p.m. to hope for like when you start chasing the algorithm, I think it just sucks the fun right out of that. Like I think it's like more funner when you're not really thinking about it too much. You just post and you just close the app. Like that's what I do. Like even now, like I post and I close the app. You're like, I'm done.
I don't want to see.
When you had that first like viral moment though, like what was that like?
Oh, so yeah, when I had it was the Alessia Cara cover. So I did a cover of Here by Alessia Cara, and when that went viral, my phone started pinging a lot, so I just turned off my notifications, but then I turned it back on because I was like, okay, it died down. But when the Bob for Me video went viral, I never turned the TikTok notifications back on ever again. And the app still like keeps telling me like enable notifications, enable chat. I'm like, damn, you're trying to catch me. But no, it's really cool though. Like TikTok is such a great app because you really don't know where your video will end up. And it's just good to just bet on yourself, like take that risk and just post about yourself if you're confident in your work. You should be, if it's good work.
Yeah.
Post about it. Like, you never know who is going to reach, who's going to inspire. So,
yeah. Do you have any advice for artists who are kind of starting out or like might be hesitant?
I think that people really gravitate towards, seeing the behind the scenes, like in the studio. Like, I love watching studio vids of people like layering their vocals, doing harmonies, songwriting. I think those do really well. And obviously, like, posting that snippet of your song, but maybe putting the lyrics on the screen. I find that every time that I do that, it helps, and the algorithm doesn't mind it as well. Like, it'll give it like a nice push.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. I think it's good to just share your music if you find like creative ways to promote it. If the song makes you feel something, like maybe it makes you feel a little bit like sultry, like, I don't know, like maybe shoot it in black and white, like find a nice area to, capture the content. And like, I think there's ways to be creative, especially like on a budget when it's not every day. You can get a big space and, shoot until you get there.
That's fair. And like, I feel like it's free. Like it's the best like way, I think, for anyone really to leverage their creativity. So
sure.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I know that you've talked about the fact that you like to stay home a little bit and you're a little bit more on the introverted side, but the music industry is very social. It's a social industry. How do you navigate that?
Oh man. So sometimes there'll be like events going on in Toronto, and then the team be like, you should go out for this, and I'm like, okay.
Like, I'm good.
I'm just, you know what it is, like, it's not that I don't like to talk, it's just that like I also just don't know, like, oh god, like, what am I gonna say now? Like, I'm not somebody that's like really going up to people and like talking to them. That's it's more fair. Like, if like, hey, if they see me and I'm like, okay, let's chat, but I just don't know what to say. I feel like I'm a little bit awkward with that.
Really?
That's all.
I'm not getting that vibe at all.
Everybody keeps saying that. I'm like, what?
Like, you came in here, big smile, super. Like, no, I'm not getting
I do also like match the energy.
Yeah.
If the energy's bubbly, I'm bubbly.
Fair. Is there anything like specifically that you feel like really breaks you out of your shell?
Good food.
Yeah?
Yeah. Good food.
I feel that.
Well, once there's like good food, if there's like a glass of wine at the event, I'm like, okay. I'll loosen up and I'll be able to like, fully like start talking a little bit.
I feel that. So like open bar, well catered. And like, what's your favorite food? What's your...
Ooh, you know what? I make really good lasagna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Okay.
I make good lasagna. So I would say I love lasagna.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I guess to get into that like creative space, like, for example, for like myself, if I have like writer's block, I feel like I will listen to music since I'll go for a walk. Like, I just need to like get out of my head for a second and then come back. What are some things that you do to kind of break up when you're feeling like I can't really do this? Or
I'm definitely like my friends and my cousin, for example, like they all keep me grounded. Sometimes it's nice to not think about music, because I feel like sometimes when I'm thinking like, oh, I have to write something in this next session and I don't know what to write about, just like taking a step back and actually not doing anything music related sometimes helps, because oftentimes I'm inspired by life anyway. So it's like you can never really run out of inspiration as long as you're doing things that keep you inspired. So but that's good. Like walking, like journaling. I would say cooking, but cooking is, I don't sing about cooking. I would say anything that kind of just feels freeing, like going to the beach. Whenever I travel, I try to at least go to the beach at least once, to be by the water, because that's also really good.
That is What's like a good place that you recently went to that you feel like
out of all the places I've traveled to so far, I've got to say my favorite is Paris because of the food. The food was like really good.
I don't know, I was been to Paris, was there for only 2 days, so maybe I didn't get to fully experience it, but I didn't get the food experience.
I went to 2 different parts. Hold on, let me clarify. I went to Provence. That's like in France. And then I went to Paris. But Provence, the food down there was amazing. Or Provence or whatever. Gosh, I feel like I'm butchering it, but you know what I mean.
That's it,
thank you. What's it called? The food down there was amazing. It's also because it's like very university, like student focused. So there's so many like so many really cool restaurants and like foods I've never seen. Like they had this fluffy pancake thing going on and like boba.
Okay.
So me and my cousin, we got that like for breakfast. Like I think 3 times in a row. We're like, okay, like this is a bit crazy. Plus it was cheap, so we're like,
that's fair.
Yeah, there was a good ramen spot. They were like really up there with the technology because we could like pay in the machine and then it just spits out the change. The cashier never had to touch any like change. She was just cooking the food. I was like, that's dope.
Toronto's behind.
Yeah, like we gotta get something like that down here.
A little behind. I know. I think I can't remember what airport I was at, but like they had like a robot essentially giving you your coffee, and I was
no way.
So tripped out by that. But I've never seen anything like that here.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Okay, and so going back to music. What can we expect from you coming up soon? What's in the works?
I am working on some more stuff. There's going to be another single.
Okay.
That'll be coming out in the fall. So I'm really excited. And I'm working on my debut album.
Yay!
So yeah, this is going to be really dope. Like I keep listening. Thanks.
Yeah.
I keep listening to the demos that are going to be on there. And I'm just like, I'm really proud of like how my voice has evolved. And it's giving grown.
Grown and sexy,
sophisticated.
Okay.
Yeah.
In her soft life era, all that.
Yes, all of those vibes that people are familiar with, which is great. I got one more writing trip left, and then we're locking it all in. So
amazing.
I'm excited.
Congratulations!
Really excited. Thank you.
That's huge. Can we kind of expect the similar themes and?
Yeah, like themes of love.
Yeah.
Themes of love. Themes of like maybe frustration, some good upbeat vibes.
Okay.
And just like carefree vibes as well. Yeah, a mix of those 4. And then it's slated for the spring of next year. So yeah, it's technically I feel like it's around the corner the way how time is moving. Like time is moving so fast.
Yeah, summer's like basically done.
Yeah,
which
I think it's the last week of sun like setting late.
Oh,
and then
really?
that's what somebody said.
Oh, don't tell me that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
When you go into a session, like when you're going to be recording for the album, do you like have a specific thing that you feel like you focus on to make sure that you're in that space?
Honestly, every time when I've tried to do that in a session, it wouldn't work. Like I'd be like, oh, I want to make a song like this, and I end up making something that's either the complete opposite or we start an idea and then halfway through the song I'm like, like, or when he's making the beat I'm like, I'm not really feeling this, let's start something else. And then we start the second vibe, which I really like, and then we run out of time, so I'm like, you know what, I just go in with like no thoughts, just let's cook up something and let's see like where it takes us. And oftentimes those end up being like my favorite songs. One time I did say, I was like, ooh, I kind of want to make like a indie rock song, and so I do have something like that under my belt, which is pretty cool.
For the album? That's sick. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cute, so could potentially be hearing that as a single.
That's dope. Who are some of the influences that you like look to when you're getting inspired?
Oh my gosh. Well, obviously I love Jhené Aiko, Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay.
Masego.
Okay.
Summer Walker as well.
Okay.
Who else? India Arie. Loved listening to her while growing up. Oh man. Let me think.
You like the girlies that are in their fields.
I do.
I
Alex
love that.
Isley.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex Isley's voice is like butter. Like I wish I could do those like runs that she's doing. They're so beautiful. But yeah. Those are a couple of my favorite people. Yeah.
Nice. And so now that I guess you do have a bigger team behind you helping you push out your music, do you feel like that helps shape your creativity in a way? Like
yeah. I feel like the team at Sony does an amazing job of like giving me ideas and like telling me like, hey, like, you should try this, or we were thinking this because we know you're interested in this and this. Let's try to like pair the two. And like I love that. Like Tribal and Sony, like they were the ones collaborating and doing that collaboration, and I was impressed. Like I thought it was a really good idea, especially with with the track and stuff. So I think it's like it goes hand in hand. Like I'll have ideas, they'll have ideas, but we all like collaborate and make sure that it's like it makes sense.
And I feel like it also lets you like focus on the art a little bit more. You don't have to think about the whole like what's the marketing strategy for this. Like you can just focus on you. And so also too, for the music video that you did for Most Wanted.
Yeah.
I saw you dancing. I saw you you did your thing.
Okay,
no, you did. You did. Is that something we're going to see like incorporated more?
I'd love to do more of that. I can't lie. It was fun. I can't even lie. I was stressed on set because when the extras came in, I was like, I'm going to have to dance in front of everybody. It kind of like clicked in my head, like when there was a circle and they're like, okay, now you're gonna do the hook dance again. I'm like, everybody here,
like the camera's on.
It was a little stressful, but no, it was a lot of fun. Like we actually learned that choreo in 2 days, so before shooting, So shout out to Mark and Alessia, like. They did awesome.
Because rehearsal is one thing, but I think once you're like in costume, all that, like that's when it's like, so to be able to translate that, do you think you would incorporate that into your live shows too?
Oh, I would love to. Yeah. Like when I envision like dance tracks coming on when I'm performing, I would love to do that because I love seeing like somebody sing and dance, like Doja Cat, for example, performer, like Chloe Bailey, performer, like. Yeah, I would love to get there, you know. It'll take time and I just got to sharpen up my confidence when it comes to dancing, but
No, you did a very good job.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you.
You did. And so can we expect a tour to be coming soon?
Yeah, actually. I can't announce who, but there is something in the works.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yes. So I'll be going around. Traveling around.
Potentially, so opening for someone. That's amazing.
Yes. I'm excited.
And is there someone that you would dream to open for you in the future? Like,
oh my gosh, I've never thought of that. That's a good question. I haven't thought of that yet. We have to come back to that.
Okay. Fair enough. And I guess there's one other thing. When, I guess, translating your music from like the Canadian market to other markets, do you feel like there's been something that surprised you, like in terms of fans that have popped up from other areas that you weren't expecting, or?
Like with Hello, the first space that it kind of took off was in South Africa, and that was like completely new to me and the team. We were like, whoa, I didn't even know. I don't know what it was with the algorithm that day, but ever since then, same thing with Bloom, South Africa. Like they're the first to get my stuff. So I'm like, hey, I love that though. I think it's smart for artists to have an international fan base. Like that's like, you see them Brazil fans, they drive it home. So I'm like, this is great.
Social media, I've been seeing no,
this is great. So I would say that South Africa is a huge role. The US is another huge market of mine. Canada's up there now too, along with the UK and Brazil. It's really cool. It's really cool when I sit down and I look at like the analytical side of like you know, where my streams are coming from. It's really dope to see that. And I feel like every successful artist has a very wide range of listeners from all over. So fingers crossed, you know.
The universal language.
Music. It is. It really is.
Is there anywhere that you really want to perform?
Definitely in South Africa.
I
think that would be a vibe. No, I haven't. Not yet. But they're always telling me like, come down here. I'm like, okay.
Even for
definitely
will.
Just I would love to. Like seeing how like they've supported me. Like South Africa is the reason why I got like 2 gold records. Like both Hello and Bloom are gold in South Africa. So I'm like, you know, just to show love, I definitely got to go down there and do a show.
I mean, I know I don't want to put you on the spot, but like you've released a lot of successful music. Is there one that like really touches you? Like one of your faves or something that?
You know what? Right now, it has to be Bloom. I can't lie. Like every time I hear it, I do get chills still. And like, there's something about like the melodies and everything about it. It does make me really happy. So I would say Bloom.
The strings when you guys add that was
thank you
insane.
Oh my gosh, recording that was fun. I can't lie, but I was so nervous because it really was just me like doing like the vocal ideas for that in the studio. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I hope people like it, but at the same time I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do what I would normally do. I would just pretend I was in my bedroom.
Listen,
and I really enjoyed that one though. Thank you.
How did that idea come about?
I always envisioned strings for Bloom.
Okay.
Even when the original was done, I
Okay.
was like, strings would be so cool.
Yeah.
But to get like a whole string production, and like
Yeah.
an orchestral feel was everything. Like I kept picturing like movies and stuff. So I really hope it gets like the sync placement, because I feel like it's so sync worthy.
I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
I feel like it like needs like a dramatic like storyline, like background for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Have you had a sting placement that you've been like shocked or really excited about?
There's one that's a potential right now, but it's not
Okay.
confirmed yet.
Okay.
So until
Yeah,
it's
fair
confirmed,
enough.
I'd be like,
Fair
oh,
enough.
this is really dope. It's in a
Yeah.
TV show, but yeah, fingers crossed. There's some more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you look at and you're like, I need to accomplish that, or like anything on your bucket list that would check your
think.
boxes?
To do more festivals for sure. Like that is what me and my managers were talking about. We're like, yeah, next year let's aim to do some more festivals in Canada and in the States, and possibly obviously like the UK as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, to do a tour of my own would be also really dope as well. And just to continue traveling, I guess, to keep checking off like my bucket list of like places I want to travel to. So yeah, that's all I can think of right now.
That's been a highlight for you.
The travel. Yeah, it's been dope. Mm-hmm.
And have you been somewhere where people have like recognized you and you're like,
this only happens, honestly, I think the only places I'm recognized really is down here.
Okay.
But, which is fine by me. Listen,
Toronto goes hard for their artists.
And I'm somebody that like, me and my cousin would just be walking around downtown.
Yeah.
I kid you not. Somebody's like, Bloom.
Yeah.
Like that's what one girl did. I was like, oh. It caught me off guard. I was like, oh. I was like, yes. She's like, you did your big one. I was like, thank you.
Bloom was a moment. Like,
Oh,
okay,
man.
let's lock into that for a second, because that song, I just remember, I think when I originally heard it, I think it was just like a snippet on TikTok, I think. And then it was everywhere. And I feel like you're right. Like it does give you chills. Like it kind of like transports you to a different place. Can we talk about like the creating of Bloom and what inspired that?
Oh man, it's so interesting because it was one of those songs that I wasn't like, oh, I want to make a love song, but it just started to become that. And then when the hook part came, I kept like singing like, what is it you see in me? And I was like, oh, this is so sweet. Like it should be like a little love song. And by the time it was done and I went back to my hotel room, I was like, oh, this is so like a wedding song. Like I posted on my close friends like saying this could totally be a wedding song. I feel like the song is gonna be huge.
Truly.
And then I was like, I'm just gonna tease a snippet. And yeah, but it wasn't like intentionally like teasing, you know what I mean? It was just like I posted the snippet and then people thought like, okay, she's holding the song hostage for a month. And I was like, you're like, no. The Sony office was closed. Like there was nothing I could do because it was winter.
I'm dead.
But yeah, it's okay, it worked out.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
And does that ever like shock you, or like does it like, because like when you teach your music, are you like trying to like kind of gauge like what people's reaction will be, or are you literally just you're proud of what you've created?
It's honestly, it's more so just like I love this song and
Yeah.
I just want y'all to hear it, and if y'all love it too, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, but but I think it's also good to also test and see what your audience is feeling, because it'll give you and the team, you know, a better idea of okay, like what's a good follow up after said single, you know. But yeah, I think they go hand in hand.
And you're still pretty involved in the writing process, like that's you don't think you'll ever give that up? No,
because I'm in control of what I'm saying, you know, like, and I like to obviously be in the room and be writing and chiming in my ideas, or if there is no writers and it's just me, like it tests me more, because I'm like, okay, I want to really sharpen up my pen, because I do want to write for other people one day. I think it'd be really fun. And it's like again, like with the features thing, it's like another way for me to kind of just like help people and express my creativity and give people ideas and give people melodies and harmony ideas and stuff. It's all fun.
Like bounce off of each other too.
Exactly.
Like, I feel
it's so fun.
There's something like that magic of being in the room when like you know you're creating something special. And like
you all feel it. Yeah.
That's exciting.
It is.
I'm very excited for your album.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you'd like to leave us with?
Yeah, I am doing my first headlining show in December.
Ooh,
at the Drake Underground.
Yes.
So tickets will be going on sale soon.
Okay.
So yeah, I would like to let people know, come out and get a ticket. And should I mention this now, Miranda? Should I mention the Drake Underground thing now? Oh, okay, great. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So yeah, stay tuned for that. I think it's gonna be a really good show.
That's exciting.
Full band.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like doing the full band, right?
I do. It's fun. I think having like the drums, guitar, keys, it brings a different element in the right spaces for sure when it calls for it. Yeah.
It does.
Full band is fun.
Do you play any instruments?
I used to play trumpet.
Okay.
But like that was more like, I didn't choose it. It was given to me in high school.
The mandatory music class.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I did band, but I love band, I will say. But oh my God, there was a point in time when I was so determined that I could play the flute that we all did a instrument swap.
Stop.
And I never even tried to learn the flute. So when the day came at the end of the week to do a playing test, I just started taking apart the flute. I'm like, sir, I'm not even gonna hold you. I didn't even practice.
Immediately no.
It was hard. Like you had to like bend your neck in a way and like blow downwards. It was a lot.
All those I don't know what the correct term for them, but those instruments that you blow into are really hard to play. I don't think people take that in.
No, they don't.
I did steel pan and I was like not really playing you know how you can't really tell. So I'd be kind of hovering over, so I completely maybe we should be saying this now, but because there's a bunch of us, right?
Yeah.
So
you
can't really
you weren't playing at all, you mean? No. Oh, that's crazy.
I'm joking, obviously. No, I understand that. I think a lot of musicians they make it look easy, but it's not. Is there anything that you would play though if you were given? Oh man,
I know what, I would love to learn piano because I feel like piano suits my voice really well. Yeah. And so if I could learn to play piano, that'd be dope. Maybe I should inquire about getting lessons or something. Yeah. That'd be cool.
A few chords, that'd be sick.
That'd be dope.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time and for chatting with us.
Of course.
And we will be on the lookout for your debut album that is coming out in the spring.
Yes, in the spring.
Yeah. Very exciting. Thank you so much.
Thank you.